Hello everyone. Today we kick off part 20 of 30 in my series on my book, Blue Collar Leadership and Culture, the 5 components for building high-performance teams. We kick off chapter 20, which also starts the section on competency. Remember back part 6 when I introduced the transformation equation? Competency was the 4th component of the 5 components that leads to transformation. So the next several chapters, I'm going to talk to you about competency. And really it's more about competency relative to the culture, not doing the job. You already know how to do the job, and if you don't, you need to find out how from someone else, not me. It's not about the job. I'm teaching you about the people. So relative to competency, really what I'm talking about is leadership development. But chapter 20 is titled Prevent Anxiety. Without competency, there will be anxiety. And I'm going to share with you the opening quote from Daniel Pink. One source of frustration in the workplace is the frequent mismatch between what people must do and what people can do. When what they must do exceeds their capabilities, the result is anxiety. When what they must do falls short of their capabilities, the result is boredom. So we don't want anxiety or boredom. But I'm talking to you here about preventing anxiety. And really I'm talking about relative to leadership. But let's just talk about it in general for a moment. You may have somebody, just so you can buy in to the impact of competency. If you've ever worked anywhere, you start a new job and you don't know how to do the work, you're going to have a lot of anxiety. You may have been on the job for 20 years and you know exactly how to do the job. Then all of a sudden maybe a software system changes and you don't know how to operate the software system, or everything's different. You're going to have anxiety. Relative to culture, relative to growing and developing high-impact people, high-impact team players, high-impact leaders, when you start asking people who have never had to really lead, those formal authority people on your team, when you start asking them now to become leaders of people instead of managers of people, you start introducing this type of content that I talk about, the content in my other books, a lot of those people are going to have a lot of anxiety because they don't know how to lead. And it's related to character. They got to change their values. This stuff that I talk about, it's not about doing something different. It's about being something different. So when you start talking about leading a cultural transformation, the leader at the top has to start being something different so that you can model being something different for the other people who are going to have to start being something different. It's going to be a lot of anxiety. Leadership development will help eliminate that. Competency relative to leadership. Talk to you next time.